What is going on YouTube? This is Acid Roots. So I'm going to review the fourth album by American rapper Flo Rida. Based this particular product is called Wild Ones, and it came out in the summer of 2012. Now, within pitch about it here, this is a pretty capital type album within the pitch, like the stretching type appeal that this had throughout the early 2010s and this 2010s decade in general. Definitely when you think of the hit type pitches amongst the 2010s decade, this is one of those type ones that just has a pretty stretching type aspect within the pitch. It's got to six singles back in the day. Now, within the pitch first, I'm not as full-blown sure as to how much the popularity of this album actually sold. I'm going to actually look that up with some of the pitches. It had like multiple top 10 singles off of it, a number one that hit off of here, and at least like 4 top 6 singles as the pitch first album. But yeah, this album did not really sell that terrifically. A pitch like that didn't even go gold with some of the pitch, as the fair as far as saying. The more I look after it, it's kind of fair. It's actually interesting that within these hit type phrases that Flo Rida usually had that level of popularity, getting routine kind of number ones. He had a number one at least off of each one of his albums, with I think the exception of like the 2010 album was the pitch for us saying some of the phrase that none of these albums went even gold within since the pitch was the fair. But this wasn't quite the full-bound Spotify era just yet either within sense of pitch, but there's just a number of these type ones that just have like a lot of internet. This is a very resonant type album within the aspect of like internet type acclaim and meme type appeal. This is back in the YouTube meme type days when you think of hit type pitches like Gangnam Style and pitch like that, some type ones, and PewDiePie and like his initial type days, it's red hot and fiery pitch like that, some type aspects within the ferociousness, the hood rat things with my friends type days and pitch like that, some type ones, just the pitches, some of those type. The initial type aspects of fairs like troll face type fair and some type pitches amongst it, just leet speak and some type pitches. It's not to say full bound as if everything's kind of more campy kind of internet. More campy kind of internet type fair, but just some of those type pitches amongst like the phrase, just paying attention like that aspect of know your meaning type product within the initial type days, the formation of it, pitch like that, sunset type appeals. Now within the aspect, this album translated pretty well to that particular type of claim within pitch like this. The hit type appeal, a lot of this was just the era of some of these type ones between this particular album and then also like Black Eyed Peas, which had a hit series of albums between like 2009 to about 2011, so it's a pitch like that to some of those type phrases. This they really stretch around this time as well in terms of like a more, not so much full bound healthy, but just kind of more vanilla type rap that would have been everyday. With probably, I'd question if some of these type songs really popped up every day on like MTV back in those particular days than pitches as far as some of these type ones. But getting to like 4 different this album had 6 singles pitched like that, and a lot of these, like I was saying, 4 out of 6 of these were top 6 singles on the Billboard 100. So it's pitched for us saying just paying attention towards the ears. That's pretty capitalist. This is probably one of the more recent type albums I could think that had that level of like predominance within pitch like that. So it's kind of underappreciated in a lot of senses. It's kind of easy and common to hate on Flo Rida within certain type aspects, but the pitch about this album is it did do pretty large and mammoth within the appeal as far as like what particularly happened with this. So it's kind of the claim. Didn't go gold. It's kind of strange for like an album that has like a number one and as many of these type of song appeals to kind of not go platinum or something like that within these pitches, but it's kind of afraid about it. So it's kind of just more internet type fair, meme more laden pitch like that. Some of those type projects, just more word of mouth type project pitch like that. Snapchat, I think Snapchat was kind of around in 2012, certain type pitches with an aspect like that. Some of those type projects, but definitely YouTube more aspects like that. So pitch for us, but hit type appeals definitely the pitch. I think probably there's like virtually 3 songs off this album that have 1 billion plays on Spotify. Good Feeling is pretty close to getting towards that phrase, but it's pitched for us and it's the capital type and it's definitely the popularity of it. So it's just some ones off here. But yeah, this album gets a 10 out of 10 pitched like that. It's been able to say definite 2010 staple. It's one of those type ones like when you think of hit type albums like Justin Timberlake out of the 2000s with Future Sex Love Sounds, and particularly the aspect of like Pitbull with like his 2004 album, which I forget what that one's called. Miami, I should have known that within pitch like that. Miami Money is a major issue within pitch like that. Some of those type ones with the pitch for us, and some of those type pitches like that. Other type ones within the aspect like 50 Cent, Eminem, and some of these type folks, good pitches, aspects like that. Ludacris with word of mouth pitch like that. But the hit type phrase for us, saying pay attention towards it here. This has some banner type necessity. 6 singles pitched like that. I recommend all 9 songs. So there is a bonus type song within these pitches nowadays that's been Sweet Spot song 2. Sweet Spot 2.0, which is the same sort of song as the original Sweet Spot, so I'm not going to talk about that one again. It's the same, it doesn't really enhance too much differential, just a little bit more EDM oriented pitch like that. But it's a hit type phrase for us, and so recommend. There's 9 songs original album pitch like that. That's the one I'm going to talk about. So 10 out of 10 within these pitches, but. Just say about the fair amongst this album, this is pretty much just like an EDM center type one within pitch like that. This electronica full bound. This is the sort of pitch that Flo Rida was kind of starting to get towards like his sound within the aspect, but he did kind of vanish out of nowhere after this particular fray. I remember this album when it came out was just a surprise album, pretty much just out of nowhere. Just came out summer 2012, and then it was kind of pitch. It had a pretty big promotion type run. There was some promotion before this particular album came out, but it was just kind of pitched at just the aspect of this, like, the rollout was just kind of more impromptu pitch like that. It was originally going to be called, like, Only One Rida as far as this particular album, within the pitch that Only One Flow was the part 1 to that particular fair, and that was the 2010 album's name, so this one was going to be called Only One Rida, but it just switched up within pitch like that. But the hit type phrase, as far as saying, this just has, like, EDM type fair within pitches, some of those type phrases as far as talking about within the aspect. Is when you think of traditional kind of like albums by Zad and albums by like David Guetta and some of the pitches, some of those type phrases just having like that capital typeness, but this has like chock full of hits, plenty of these type ones, and just the pitch of definitely get tore up on here pitch like that, and also kind of graphs it's like every day within some of the pitch. So just everyday type fair, some of those type ones like Nicki Minaj in 2012 and like Philip Phillips in 2012 since the pitch like that, and Imagine Dragons' pitches just playing that earworm tightness to some of those routine type ones. Yeah, so hit type phrase, so Good Feeling is a nice one out. This sounds like a classic malaise, but simmering kind of summer jingle to get towards here. Just EDM flourish, I'd definitely say the stretching kind of release as far as these phrase going to happen. So good, nice pitch within these products. Real great sample on here. I got a sometimes I get a good feeling within pitch. Some hit nice phrase as far as getting towards like the product to like sampled kind of EDM type songs. So it's a good nice pitch, clever type pitch within the aspect of just getting towards some of those type ones. This was kind of songs were being sampled obviously far back in like the 2000s, 90s and further pitch 90s and further pitch like that. But in terms of like a good dance type boogie within pitches, some of those type ones like when you think of like Vanilla Ice doing some of that you think of Vanilla Ice doing some of those particular type phrases like play that funky music and pitch like that, some type ones. Other type folks obviously within pitches like Puff Daddy doing it to Can't Nothing Hold Me Down and pitch like that. But the hit type phrase, as far as saying, this has like some good EDM type flip within pitch like that. So this kind of nails the appeal. This good good nice chill and ferocity within pitch like that. But this is kind of a malaise type album within certain type sense. There are some ones kind of good feeling, wild ones and whistle do kind of have like some simmering typeness about it. It's kind of phrase like it is unfortunate that Flo Rida didn't really drop too much. Even to this day, it's kind of the pitch minus the My House EP, which I reviewed back in 2023, which came out in 2015. It's kind of fair that Flo Rida was just he was the pop rap dude that replaced Nelly within those sorts of pitches after like Nelly kind of burnt out in like the late 2000s. He was kind of the pitch that had that particular run, but then pretty much after about this album and a little bit into like 2015, 2016, it's kind of fair that he got replaced with Post Malone. This kind of pitch, or at least in my opinion, he got replaced with Post Malone pitch like that. The hit type feels for us in the pop rap type aspect was kind of pitch. This is kind of short term as the pitch for us, and still Flo Rida got a good 4 or 5 projects pitched like that, but hit type feels for us and good hit type aspects. Wild Ones is nice as well. It's like an excellent combo with good feeling. I'd say good pitch here, like vintage kind of 2010s gem to definitely get towards this escape to like the dance floor easy within these sorts of pitches. The fire type ones, it's the aspect. Yeah, 1-2 punch here within these sorts of aspects. This Wild Ones within a particular type aspect. That same sort of particular. This is not a sampled song within these sorts of pitches. This is Sia on the hook, who was doing some good products within these pitches around this time with the hit song Titanium that was also popping up around this time. Good, nice pitches. I think she had an album out around this time as well. Got consistent kind of 2010s earworm within pitch like that as the hit type phrase amongst it. But it's kind of the aspect. This is one of those type ones. It's kind of the some of these simmering type ones are just escape to the dance floor pitch like that. Get towards the product like some aspect like some shake your bonbon, get your motivation in your system as far as these pitches can happen within the aspects for like the freight kind of just getting towards the product like the hit type phrase. Breaking free from like long day type fair and pitch like that within these hit type aspects. So it's kind of pitch as far as saying paying attention towards it. This whole particular album's like a fraternized kind of shot in the arm within pitches like that. This whole particular album's like a fraternized kind of shot in the arm within pitch like that, as far as like the phrase, like the consistent kind of fury of it within pitch like that. So this nails the capital in this, and these particular ones, like I said, these are top 6 singles since the pitch amongst the phrase. So this kind of get out, date night type phrase, pitch like that, get to us a crunk typeness, then pitches like some Friday type pair, and pitch like that, get some drinks in folks, and get some drinks and folks in your system within pitch like that. As far as these pros gonna have them, just definitely escape to the dance for pitch like that. Pretty recognizable within the pitch for us, saying to some of those type ones. Now within nowadays type fashion, I probably would say within certain type fashions, Whistle's probably one that could still pop up within good type fairs. Wild One's pretty close. This is a song that hit like billion plays on Spotify, pitch like that. Same thing with particular Whistle, and Good Feeling was pretty close, but within pitch had 995 million was Good Feeling, but it's the pitch for us saying something type phrase within the product. It's good basic kind of EDM outing basic kind of EDM outing kind of collect within pitch like that. I Cry support single. This is a very underappreciated type song. This has 350 million plays almost on Spotify, pitch like that. This is one that was a top 6 single within pitch like that. Just kind of the phrase for us saying just one of those type ones. This is the sort of shit that needed to happen way more. This particular album, the cadence that this album kind of had, it's kind of pitch for us saying that this is something that just did not happen as much full bound within these sorts of pitches. It did happen with David Guetta and Calvin Harris, some stuff, folks, but in terms of like the pitch, it's something that was not EDM within pitch like that within the fray. It just, as often as this did not happen with a super ton of rap albums around this time within pitch like that. Drake kind of mildly would Take Care, pitch like that, but the hit type feels for us, saying these consistent type ones that were kind of the way Ludacris and like T.I. kind of were in like the 2000s, and some of those type folks like that, in particular Jeezy getting to 4, 5, 6 singles, so the pitch kind of aspect for us, saying it's very underappreciated within the aspect, but this is probably one I think that's kind of gotten lost through the cracks within this sorts of pitch as far as paying attention, like the product is like the consistent memory of it within pitch like that, but it was pretty high charting type one. It's like a further hitting kind of radio and EDM every day to get towards here. Just Traffic and Burger King, I'd definitely say sometimes that pitch amongst it is cold ones to grab in your system, fairs like that. Just pick up like some hairspray for mist, sometimes the products amongst it is kind of fair of just like good hit. This one's not as much full bound, heavily kind of miss the dance floor within pitch, but just kind of has the product of some of those type ones. And a lot of these kind of within pitch, just the pacedness with them, about them within pitch like that. It's kind of the same sort of fray about Wild Ones, Whistle, Good Feeling, some of ones kind of pitch that they do kind of work for like Traffic, just gulag type factor, and the pitch just like that dredge type factor, just kind of being stuck within the the horn blowings and the rush hour kind of bumper to bumper type nonsense, and then pitch like that. So this kind of phrase for us into some of those type ones just works as kind of like a summer dredge type album, within also the pitch of just either break free or just the pitch of like caught up in ness, but it is kind of a makeshift album. I Cry is one of those type ones as well. Another one that's like that is Let It Roll. That's the 6th single. We'll get to that one soon. But Sweet Spot's hitting type one. This is Jennifer Lopez on here. It's a real catchy type one. I go back to this song and pitch like that. It's like a sugary and satin kind of date. Sweet Spot. Sweet Spot is like a sugary and satin kind of date cinnamon to get towards here. Good pitch like that. Just Krispy Kreme. Get some Krispy Kreme going for mist, pitch like that. This day spell and like a hyper and attentive type phrase. So pitches as far as saying the particular product amongst it. Kind of the product that definitely having energetic type phrases, approaching things from more of like a hyper prone type aspect, pitch like that. It's really getting towards the product. That's not to say in terms of being tacky or annoying or just kind of too spree full pitch like that, but just the type phrase, just being attentive, really keeping being mindful with standard mist, pitch like that. Hit that phrase kind of amongst the aspect. It's kind of not to say full bound in your face, but it's kind of pitch it. Just kind of the male version of being balmy and bubbly within pitch like that. Just within those hit type pitch, the aspects for us saying good nice pitches. Good nice dance bang, definitely then pitch like that. J-Lo really kills the vocals on this particular song as well. It's good nice pitch within this hit type. Flo Rida is pretty excellent on here as well. It's good nice pitch. It's just consistent kind of dance floor type boogie pitch like that, but just some good nice step out type phrase. Let It Roll, the 6th single. Now these last 2 singles, Sweet Spot and Let It Roll, didn't charge as full bound within these pitches, but it's still pretty consistent within these phrases, getting to 6 on a 9-song album, definitely within pitch like that. So this hit type phrase, Let It Roll is like a solid sample and workaday kind of cut loose to get towards here, just to miss like the Demons and Starships type era. Demons by Imagine Dragons, Starships by Nicki Minaj, some of those type earworms that were just everyday back in those days, folks. Like songs like Home by Philip Phillips and songs that ones like that, other type pitches, like particular. Also like hit songs like It's Time by Imagine Dragons, pitch like that. Just some of that particular, just early 2010s type, earworm type Get Up, pitch like that. But hit type phrase, yeah, Let It Roll, definitely then pitch. Demons and Starship's era kind of gulag pitch like that, definitely get towards dancing up. So it's one of those ones that's pretty similar within the sort of fashion to like Whistle and pitch like that. And there's another type one I was thinking about pitch like that, I forget which one. Oh yeah. Kind of like I Cry as well. Sounds a pitch says it's kind of that particular traffic type dredge, like the aspect of summer every day and sends a pitch like that. So it's the appeal as far as saying getting towards the aspect kind of it. It's great, nice tunes to kind of listen towards within like the product that likes to wind down within the fashion. It's not so much wind down in terms of like just go home, watch the news pitch like that, but the hit that phrase for us saying some of these type pitches that picking up like a late lunch, smoking a bowl, sense of pitches. It's kind of products for us saying within product. This is kind of more of a drink type album, more so in full bound smoke type sense. It's kind of caught up within the fray, kind of juggling like the consistent aspects of going from like work shift type fare within the product, like the traffic type dredge and pitch like that, sunset fair. So just like a full day schedule, like the pitch, a just consistent release, like the dance floor type bang and date nights within pitch, like the activity type fair and pitch like that. So some night spiciness, like the pitch, like some day stretch and this ensemble within pitch, but it's kind of first part saying it's not it's not as if there's not room for smoke type product, but it's not as full blown warranted within like actual designation, but it's some hit type feels. So pitch like that. So that's the rollout for like the promotion fair amongst this down, but there's 3 other songs off here. One of which that's pretty dope within pitch like that is Run within these sorts of pitches. This has Red Food from LMFAO, so it's good, nice pitches get into a song like this again within the pitches that just the abrupt kind of leaving that they had in early 2012 within pitch like that when they did not put out another album after Sorry for Party Rock. Sorry for Party Rocking pitch like that. So Run's like a thrilling and necessary kind of LMFAO leftover to get this early 2010s kind of 303 kind of break free and City Squares within pitch like that. So that same sort of appeal. 303 would kind of have folks like 303, LMFAO, and particular fun sense that folks kind of have those city square type ones that just kind of gallivant around pitch like that. Definitely the product that like some nothings and gas pitch like that. Standard meme pack sense that pitch is just getting loud and ignorant. Then pitch like that just within the hit type phrase getting some drink in your system. Definitely hypnotic and gin. Some of these products definitely vodka's going within the legality of it, but just hit that pitch for us. And some of those products just hacky sack going pitch like that. The standard Barb Swords Miss, some of the products amongst it. Don't you go piss on the tree, some of that pitch like that, some of those hit that feels, but it's kind of the aspect. In terms of more gentleman's type of appeal, it wouldn't be this full bound of the pitch, but just the aspect, some of those stuff is just more within the curriculum of it, pitch like that. But hit type aspects and tongue good pitch like that. Thinking of use the hitting type one as well, just like a lambit and waft along to kind of get towards here. Just Lights by Ellie Goulding, kind of passive EDM type fares, good pitch like that. Just a slow dance kind of type tune within the aspects like that. Good hit pitch is just romantic eyes kind of get towards pitch like that. So kind of the appeal as far as saying. Definitely hit nice floors, just like Lights within pitch like that, but the kind of appeals for us saying this kind of simmering type one within pitch of this like more indoor type simmer pitch like that. So it's kind of afraid of this. Get lost in like the dance floor, night skies, and the strobe lights for us this pitch kind of just kind of product of this being reliable and come through, roping up within pitch like this. Kind of the true to your staying true and good romance pitches like. Staying true and in good romance within hit pitches like that. It's Rosie's first game, so within the pitch for us in good banging type ness. And the last type one I haven't talked about off here is In My Mind Part 2. This has Georgie K on here as Rosie's pitch gonna happen. This is a nice one as well, pitch like that. Particularly In My Mind Part 2 is like a classic Florence and Machine and Ellie Goulding kind of 2010s earworm to get towards here. Good pitch like that. It's all nighter kind of stretches within the sunset pitch. So kind of just more softcore type one, a little bit more trance type music, distant and EDM type sense as a pitch for us. And some of those type ones is kind of softcore going to guide you throughout the night type area within pitch like that. It's a good nice one to kind of go for like the length of time within pitch like that, but not quite as ballistic as like headbang type ferocity pitch like that. So it's kind of afraid just kind of milder sauce kind of glide along. So then the hit type pitch, as far as talking about the fray, just going until probably 3 or 5 in the morning, hit type pitch like that, just kind of more pleasant type fair scones for Diva since the pitch amongst the kind of product of just playing it fair and pitches like that since the phrase it is not quite as ravenous about it. It's not to say as if it's not ferocious. Definitely the pitch is hit type EDM within pitch like that, but it's kind of more trance type music. It's a little bit, yeah, hit lo-fi type EDM pitch like that. So hit type phrase amongst the style and pitch like that. 10 out of 10 within these pitches. Capital type PL. So score gets a 10 out of 10 as well. Like I was saying, 6 singles pitch like that. 4 top 6 singles. So some of these type pitches, 3 songs at least that have virtually a billion plays on Spotify within pitch like that. 2 that have a billion. 1 that has 995 million. So pitch for us in the hit type phrase for us getting towards the hit type PLs. These EDM type bangs, then pitch like that. Consistent type night fray with them pitch just dominating throughout the night, going from probably 5 or 6 o'clock p.m. Just the after effect of getting through the traffic dredge, picking up some Burger King, since the pairs getting some hairspray pitch like that, since the pairs to just get roped out, get to the product of this. Consistent type night fear and sense the pitch. Now it's kind of the fray within the hit typeness amongst us down because this it's dealt with some banner typeness, but in terms of like the capital typeness, this is kind of one of the central type ones apart from David Guetta and Calvin Harris that kind of had these type of claims. So it's kind of pitch for us saying this has a lot of fury, but really the fair amongst it is you kind of get hooked on some of these type of songs to then pitch like that, and then there's just not more from Flo right around this particular time. He did have only one Flo, which was from 2010, but I feel like he kind of got bolstered a lot further in 2012 compared to like the Fray. Now 2010 type one, I haven't listened to that one as full bound, but it's kind of pitch for us saying this had a lot more widespread type of appeal within pitch like this. It's a claim as far as saying paying attention towards it, but in terms of other EDM type folk pitch like that, it's kind of Fray just making like making like an EDM type playlist, getting towards some of these type products, just the consistent typeness because it has like some hit type phrases, pitch for us saying the Flo Rida does not have like a consistent fury of a lot more of these than pitch like that. So it's kind of appeal. After this particular album, it just went to My House, and that was virtually it for him as far as this first album. But it's excellent type pitch for us in the hit type product within these ballistic typeness, hit type pitches here, classic type album, definitely 2010 staple, but kind of went out. This is kind of a plateau of an album, just the unfortunate aspect, but hit that pitch for us and paying attention like the fair amongst it here. But yeah, social dynamite pitch like that, playing a date night type phrase pitch like that, get some scones and fairs like that, hypnotic and gal system pitch like that, appreciate like the 2010s earworms nest, definitely listen to songs like Radioactive, Starship, some stuff, ones like that, other hit type ones, Whistle, Wild Ones, Good Feeling, I Cry, Sweet Spot, Let It Roll, Run, all these pretty good type ones. They're all pretty capital. The learning curve is very minimal with them pitch that. It's not really even much of a learning curve. It's just consistent kind of mainstream and casual typeness. It's just pretty large spread within pitch like that, so easily within that fray. In terms of the future within these aspects, Flo Rida is not really as full bound, been in the spotlight for quite some time. It's kind of pitch for us saying it's been since the 2015 spring of 2015 EP My House pitch like that, which did crest into early 2016, but he's been gone since then. Now Flo Rida has in these pitches, Flo Rida has dropped singles pitch like that, but other than that, it's not really been much on the aspect like the agenda within pitch like that. But it's hit type aspects for us saying there are some further type mixtapes, so it's pitch for us saying there is some other type Flo Rida products I'm going to get towards, one of which I reviewed recently within pitch like that, the Mr. Birthday Man mixtape, which I don't know if as many full-blown folks realize that he had mixtapes like that. He had mixtapes like the 2000s before he dropped like his Mail on Sunday album from 2008, so it's hit pitch like that. There's some other type ones I'm going to get to as pitch like that, but this is pretty good banner 2010 staple, good pitch like that, definite classic.